Hello, welcome to TWoW News. I'm your host, Vrograg Fishslayer, here to bring you the news and happenings on TWoW for the week of June 27th, 2023. I've had a long boat ride from the Swamp of Sorrows all the way up here to the hinterlands in Raventusk Village, where I'm broadcasting now. I'm quite tired from another feature piece released a few days ago, so I'll try to be keeping today's program a little shorter. I'll be covering the big server announcements of the last week. We'll have our regular market watch. We'll cover the changelog from June 20th, and then we'll go to our feature news story about 1.16.6 leaks discovered recently. Let's get to it. I'm the Orc, and here's the news. First, we here at TWoW News with Vrograg would like to wish everyone celebrating a happy Midsummer. Make sure to go out and collect your flames for the Fire Festival. There are unique limited time quest rewards to go get, as well as some special items. The database also has a listing of the quests, though take care to report any bugs. The Summer Festival did make it into last week's changelog, and there are still some problems I observed on the GitHub that will hopefully be fixed by the next bug fix later tonight. We hope you all enjoy the Festival of Fire. TWoW News wants to join with Torta in congratulating the team of 20 Paladins, led by Alt-GF and W plus Easy Clap, who made the bold choice to raid all of Molten Core. It was no small feat having to deal with the shortcomings all classes inherently have, even the hybrid classes, to make a full run of Molten Core. Experimentation, exploration, and challenge is at the heart of the TWoW experience, and watching these brave champions of the light make a new twist on the classic raid was entertaining to watch and cheer on. We'll make sure to link the video of the experience that was captured. Also, before I get a bunch of questions about this, yes, it was only 20 Paladins. Not everyone knows that certain raids on TWoW do scale down based on how many people are in the raid. It changes how hard bosses hit and how much health they have, based on the size of the raid. Maybe, with that knowledge, a group of shaman are next, or maybe a cross-faction band of druids. Make sure to let us know what class would do best in a Molten Core 20-man raid in the comments. The server had a bit of a hiccup on the 21st of June. Following the changelog updates, reports streamed in with characters missing honor they should have gained from the previous week, and oddly enough, some guild banks had items that went missing. The team was quick to report the problems publicly hours after the update went through. After about 20 hours of researching, Jamie and the team announced a server downtime estimated to be 60 minutes. Now, normally at TWoW News, we don't cover all small server outages, but this one came at a rough time for American players, as the outage happened from about just before 8 p.m. East Coast time to nearly 11 p.m., which was twice as long as estimated. We wanted to acknowledge that the team did a great job of communicating and demonstrating how dedicated they are to fixing issues like this. Torta even posted a dance remix of the yet-to-be-released Lower Karazhan raid that had dancing Murlocs, Boomkin, Worgen, and perhaps even the steward of Karazhan himself, Moros. It was a nice gesture for an inconvenience that was out of the player's hands. The comment section, at least of the YouTube video, did seem to enjoy it. I did a thorough analysis of the video, and only left with the feeling that I should just roll a Boomkin. At 10:43 p.m. EST, the server was back online. Honor points were corrected, and the guild bank items were restored. Thanks, Turtle Team, for making the best out of a tough situation. Let us know if you see any Easter eggs in the video that might give clues about Lower Karazhan, or why Boomkins have the best dance animation in the game. Anyone with a TWoW account likely noticed a nicely designed email from TWoW's PR team. While this email was clearly more aimed at inactive players, there was some information within that is worth bringing to the attention of TWoW News viewers. Between advertisements for new music coming with 1.16.6 and a reborn YouTube channel was a portion titled Fighting a Good Fight. The team is boasting some powerful numbers about the war against bots and real money transactions, with ban numbers in the last 60 days. It's been 2 months since we've seen statistics like this from a post by Pompa on April 13th, and if they are true, it is worthy of praise. Gold advertisers saw a 266% increase in bans, and gold buyer bans more than doubled. Mules and leveling bots both received roughly 15% increase in bans, and half again as many cheaters have been banned than in April. This is the kind of growth the people of TWoW like to see. According to Accolix, all these numbers come directly from management, so while I can't independently confirm them, I will say I have watched GMs work, and I find them to be at the very least quite plausible. This level of dedication to ensuring a fair environment for everyone to play in, and one devoid of the annoyance of gold selling advertisements, is commendable. It would seem that the TWoW team is gaining footing in the never-ending war against gold selling and cheating. Keep up the good work, GMs. I, for one, appreciate your efforts. Everyone else, remember to moo at any RMT advertisements you see. You get partial credit for the 266% increase in advertiser bans too. Together, we can keep the streets clean. Welcome to Market Watch. Let's take a look at the big markets that make the auction house go round and jump right in. All prices are scraped off of super duper auctions, and our average buyout prices recorded each hour on the hour. First, we need to start with Grom's Blood, and that's because there's a small correction I need to make. Whenever Grom's Blood was a price of 1 gold and any amount of silver less than 10, silver was being recorded as though the singular digit was in the 10 spot. For instance, 1 gold and 8 silver would show up as 1.8 gold, not 1.08 gold. The correction has been made and we apologize for any inaccuracy. With all that being said, let's take a look at Grom's Blood. Grom's Blood remains quite volatile still even after the correction, and prices are about even historically. Arcane crystals spiked this last Friday around 22 gold, and over the last month and a half have increased by half a gold. Weekend price spikes followed normal patterns for Black Lotus as the slow downward trend continues for the flask-making herb. Cured rugged hides had an unusual price spike just recently, but prices have normalized, and it seems the leatherworking good is starting to slowly claw its way back to being above 22 gold again. Large Brilliant Shard market has gone back to being a steady, reliable price point on the auction house, and is back to historic norms. Mooncloth has slowly and steadily fallen in price. The market demand must be getting fulfilled. And in the long view, we can see that the tailoring good is nearly back to where it was when we first started tracking prices. Finally, let's take a look how the SNV6 has been doing. The market seems to be mellowing out, trending slowly towards new market lows. This could be from the recent success against gold sellers, which would hurt inflation, or a population starting to stabilize and establish itself. We'll continue to watch the markets and stay tuned because next week we'll be debuting a new commodity, stone scale eel, to represent the fishing market. See you then. Let's get back to Vrograg with the Changelog roundup. Here's a look and review at the Changelog from June 20th, 2023, now that it's had some time to settle in with lightning mode news. As hinted at before in the program, the Midsummer Fire Festival event gained better functionality. This reporter orc was around for last year's, and I do remember there being some problems with them, so I can't say for sure what exactly was fixed, but hopefully more than was broken last year. On the GitHub, there were still problems I found, but they seem to already be closed, so maybe the back half of Midsummer events will go off without a hitch. Have fun and enjoy your smorks. A guild name change token was added to the donation shop. Though many guilds grow attached to their name, sometimes it is easier to rename a guild than to start a brand new one if you already like the people you're with and just want a fresh start. Though this has not been confirmed, I have heard rumors that this may also be a way for GMs to facilitate people with rude or otherwise offensive guild names as well. A nice way to streamline the process. Mr. Bigglesworth, the infamous pet, of the Lord of Naxxramas, Kel'Thuzad, will now behave like he did in Vanilla and in Classic. And part of his idle animation will now be to hunt down and attack maggots in the entry area of the Dread Citadel. It is unknown if this behavior extends to the obtainable pet that drops from Kel'Thuzad, though it is unlikely. Remember though, for the best loot luck in Nax, don't kill Mr. Bigglesworth. And the last important note about the changelog was an increase in hourly mail limit. While I don't use the mail enough to ever approach its sending limit, only storage, I found this change to be a peculiar one. I suspected that it had to do with something with gold sellers, and community manager Akalix confirmed to me that it was indeed the case that increasing the mail limit was because the TWoW Team has new methods of combating RMT without limiting players' ability to send mail. That does it for the Lightning Mode Changelog Roundup. Now, let's go over to our feature story. This story is about acknowledging a big leak of content that is due to be coming out with the 1.16.6 patch. This leak was believed to have been first discovered by intrepid explorer Armored on June 22nd while farming for tea up in Winterspring. He claims to have noted that he saw quest markers near the border between Winterspring and Hyjal. As far back as March, the Hyjal zone has had an in-game map, and so, having already explored the Hyjal zone beforehand, Armored clicked his world map. Before I continue, I realize that some of the things I might say could be potential spoilers, and while I'm going to try to talk about the leaks in a more general sense, I recognize that some of my audience doesn't want to have anything spoiled. So if you're one of those people, please skip ahead to this time to rejoin the broadcast. Much to Armored's surprise, Hyjal lit up with never-before-seen quest markers on the map. Here's a comparison between the two different maps. Only a compatriot of Armored and noted database searcher recognized the quest as having existed in the database, but knew they weren't supposed to be in the game yet. It wasn't long before it was discovered that it was Armored's PF Quest Turtle add-on that was showing him the new quests on the map, though none of the NPCs were in-game yet. When I caught wind of this story, I went to TWoW's community manager to find out if management was aware of the leak, to which I got this reply. Though, to be fair to Akalix, that was the same day another separate scandal broke out. For more on that, make sure to check out my in-depth report called To Catch a Cheater, the Teddy Fear story. There clearly was some kind of mix-up, so I thought about contacting upstanding community member and accomplished mod author, Shagu, about his add-on showing unreleased content. This was his initial response. After some digging, I figured out it was indeed a recent update to the PF Quest Turtle add-on from an update pushed back on June 19th. I analyzed this most recent release and the previous one and found that 1.3 megabytes of data was added. That is a lot of new questing data. Though I didn't want much spoiled for myself, I did look into what content was revealed with this add-on update. It included every single new quest, locations of questing hubs, NPC quest giver names, and the content of the quests including dialogue, items for turn-in, and rewards for completing quests. Within the add-on itself is also listings for unreleased map locations too, like Gilneas and other leveling zones. Now, to be clear, much of this content wasn't exactly top secret. The things revealed with this leak were already known to other database explorers. However, with the ever-approaching patch, it was also observed by Only that his efforts to continue searching the database have been stymied by developer intervention. So at least on the database side of things, about 1.16.6, things remain quiet. After some days, I checked back in with Shagu with some follow-up questions and reviewed the GitHub once more. The first thing I noticed was that the update for PF Quest Turtle was still up. Normally with leaks, you try to patch them. So I asked Shagu about that curiosity, and well, Shagu hadn't been asked to change anything, and other authorized developers hadn't touched the update either. So the question remains, was this a real leak or just deliberate teasing for the next patch by TWoW Team? I'll leave that up to the viewers to decide. In either case, having the quest at this level of readiness does make it seem like the patch is coming sooner rather than later. Remember, if you don't want to risk spoiling anything for now, do not update your PF Quest Turtle add-on. As always, we'll continue to cover updates about 1.16.6 as they become available. Whew, what a busy week. This Anchor Orc is tired. As I've often said before though, the news doesn't sleep, so I guess I won't either. I'm ready to wrap things up for now. But before I do, I'd like to thank you all for watching the program. Longtime viewers will recall I was offered 200 turtle coins for my efforts with the news broadcast, but as an ethical journalist, I couldn't take them from the server management. However, I think I finally figured out what to do with them. When this channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, I will do a random giveaway to anyone who I see commenting on my channel. So make sure to check to see if I reply to any of your comments. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so and activate notifications to keep abreast of all the TWoW news there is. If you ever want to reach out about ideas for the program, know that I look through all my comments, the good and the bad. Of course, you can also message me in-game or through the mail on the server. I'm here to serve you. For now though, as you can see, I'm a little dressed down, so I can maybe look at this map and figure a way to my next broadcast site without staining my tux with ink, and if I happen to fall asleep, I won't wrinkle it either. I hope to see you next time on TWoW News with Vrograg. Thanks for watching, and as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.